Good day, doctor, and thank you for being here today. In this video, we will present the element that influence audit quality and rise auditor liability for the scandal of 1MDB, especially in the context of fraud and financial reporting. Basically, One Malaysia Development Berhad 1MDB is an insolvent strategy development firm based in Malaysia and totally controlled by the Minister of Finance. The Malaysian Sovereign Wealth Fund 1MDB was systematically embezzled as part of a corruption, bribery, and money laundering conspiracy. 1MDB scandal was dubbed one of the world's greatest financial scandal and was dubbed the largest cryptocurrency case to date by the US Department of Justice in 2016.
The first important element that influences audit quality and raises auditor liability while investigating the scandal of 1MDB, especially in the context of fraud and financial reporting, is confidentiality. Confidentiality is explained as respecting the privacy of any information that has been obtained. It also prohibits a member to use any private information obtained while performing professional duties for their own gain or the gain of other parties. However, an audit of 1MDB conducted by the National Audit Department in 2016 has been suspected of being tampered with by former Prime Minister Najib Abdul Razak. Furthermore, 1MDB is unique for the wrong reason. The company is a GLIC owned by the Minister of Finance, whose minister reports to the top executive, who is the Prime Minister. However, in this case, both the minister and the Prime Minister are the same person. Further complications are the chairman of the board of advisors of 1MDB is also the same person. Technically, the approval process is flawed as it is deemed to have been approved by the same person at all three layers of approval. There appears to be no check and balance between approval authorities. This allows the auditor to obtain reasonable assurance about whether the financial statements are free of any material weakness as of the date of management's assessment.
Integrity is one of the factors that influence audit quality and raise audit liability. In this case, professional accountants should be practicing the principle of integrity in their field, which is they need to be straightforward and should be honest in working according to the MIA by law. So some research that we have found from 1MDB scandal is embezzlement involving auditors and accountants where they manipulate the cash made mostly through borrowing, bonds and bank loans. Next, the factor that influence audit quality and raise audit liability is professional behavior. Professional accountants must follow applicable rules and regulations, and they must operate in accordance with the profession's responsibility to act in the public interest in all professional activities and business partnership. So, according to the research that has been made, accounting firm KPMG and Deloitte are involved in the 1MDB corruption scandal. Both firms were accused by concealing evidence of money laundering and collaborating in the use of funds in the 1MDB cases. That's all.
Of the four factors, the greatest impact is professional behavior. It shows that from the year of 2010 to 2012, KPMG served as auditor for 1MDB. Before it was replaced with Deloitte, KPMG failed to give an explanation regarding the suspended questionable transaction between 1MDB and its joint venture partner, PetroSaudi International Limited, PSI. Deloitte also was accused of neglecting to notify the appropriate authorized. Deloitte and KPMG was accused of withholding evidence of money laundering and participating in the use of the money in the 1MDB affair, which involved claims against the audit companies of Deloitte and KPMG for the annual statutory audit. All of these actions already violated the factor of professional behavior as an auditor.
Next, I would like to present some key recommendations to ensure audit quality and reduce audit liability, particularly in the context of 1 NDB scale. Firstly, it is crucial to emphasize auditor independence by requiring each auditor to sign a statement of independence of issue engagement letter. This promotes transparency and ensures that a company's financial performance is accurately portrayed, avoiding fraud or error like those seen in the 1 NDB scandal. Secondly, strengthening regulatory oversight is vital. This is because achieved by enhancing the oversight of audit firms and audited through regulatory authorities. This organization should have the authority to set and enforce auditing standard, conduct investigation, and impose penalty for non-compliance. Stricter penalties and sanctions should be enforced to deter non-compliance and hold auditors accountable for their action. Next, maintaining high-quality audits. Documentation is another important recommendation. This helps protect auditors and their client from legal action. It allows for gathering and evidence and supports future research or subsequent audits. Accurate documentation also demonstrates a commitment to ethical business conduct, which can be a mitigation factor in legal proceedings. Lastly, auditors have a duty to report fraud and dishonesty. This reporting requirement should not be limited to public companies alone by extending to all companies to safeguard to public investment. Robust reporting mechanism ensure that serious offense involving fraud or dishonesty and promptly addressed. In conclusion, the 1ND crisis emphasized the need for robust internal auditing and management control in public institutions involved in large-scale investment. Strengthening this control will ensure accurate information, prevent bribery, and close gaps that allow for theft. Bank must conduct thorough check when transferring substantial funds to ensure lawful purpose and undertake due diligence to expose money laundering. Finally, internal compliance requirements for banks should be reinforced and strictly enforced, with financial regulator monitoring adherence to compliance standard and anti-money laundering law. By implementing this measure, we can combat corruption and promote transparency in Malaysia and beyond. I think that's all from Group 3. Thank you, Doctor, for listening.